channel. My name is Karina Bonaduk and I think I'm being stalked. I just wanted to tell you this first because this is not a clickbait video. I really wish it was, but it's not. Let me get you up to date. There's this picture right here. Can you see it? I put it in a Ziploc bag because, you know, NCIS and all those shows that I've been watching over the years. Thank you, Dexter. Hey, editing Karina over here. I just realized I didn't tell you what is actually going on in the picture. The picture is of my boyfriend's car as he's driving on my street. So it's almost in front of my house but not parked, and he didn't take it and I didn't take it, so that's why this is super weird. Okay, so there are really three options of what can be happening. Somebody took a Polaroid picture, they didn't like it, threw it on the ground, which I have a Polaroid camera, and look, I have a picture from a baseball game a long time ago. The exposure is terrible, but I still had it. It's been 3 years and I don't know if somebody with a Polaroid would throw their picture on the ground. I mean, this is the simplest option and the most harmless, which I would really love to think that, but I haven't thrown my bad Polaroid pictures on the ground, so I don't see why somebody would do that. The picture was a little bit darker, like the exposure wasn't right, but it wasn't a bad picture. If you're practicing, I don't see why you would throw that picture out, you know? The second option, I don't know how plausible it is, but you know I had tenants and I filmed the tenant unit before and I showed you how bad they left it in there. They moved away with no forwarding address, no phone number. The phone number that I had previously was the landline, so obviously when they moved, I guess they got a new number. I didn't try to reach out to them, but they have never changed their mail, so I kept getting their mail, and I saw their truck, so they moved about 5 houses down from my house. I think it's in their interest to get their mail, so I always like just said return to sender and just like send it back, but I would see the younger one come with the dog and check the mail. So initially I really didn't care about it, you know. I felt it was a little bit creepy because I wanted them to move out because it was nasty in there and I have different plans with that unit, but I was fine with it. I wasn't super creeped out by it. So 3 months went by and the older one called me at 10 in the morning and he left a voicemail because I don't answer unknown numbers, and he said, hey, I have ideas of what you should do with the unit and so you don't pay that much taxes and how you can rent it out and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, the nerve this man has right now. Like, they left the unit in a despicable state, you know. I have to put so much money in it to make it be decent and be able to rent it out, and he calls me after 3 months of silence and not dealing with their things. Like, they literally left the key in the doorknob. Like, that's how they left. I didn't, like, they told me it was that weekend, but they didn't say anything. They didn't pay rent the last month. They said to use the deposit for that, which obviously the deposit is not meant for that. Well, I mean it is, but technically it's for damages that you do to the unit, which was obviously very damaged. So I was really mad, but I decided to be the bigger person and ignore it. So around 2 o'clock, so about 4 hours later, I thought it was the plumber who was calling me, so I answered, and it was him again, and he was like, hey, I have all these ideas about the unit, what you should do. So he was telling me everything that he said in the voicemail, and I was like, look, you have some nerve calling me after all this time and the state that you left the unit in. Like, don't call me again, change your mail, and forget that I exist, right? So this man has the nerve to say, F you, and hang up when he's the one that called me. I was so mad because I really wanted to be the bigger person and just like let it go, but I was like extremely mad. And then a day or two after that, I found the picture. So initially I didn't think much of it, but the more like I had it not in my back pocket, you know the expression, I had it, you know, as a back thought in my mind. I was like, this is weird, you know. So I am creeped out. Is this option the option that's like real? Like, is this what is happening? They're older and I don't think they're like with technology, which Polaroids are not really like technology like per se, but I don't see them like walking around with a Polaroid taking pictures, you know? So I don't know if this is what is happening. The third option I filmed over and over because it sounds so silly to say out loud, but I have been on YouTube for over half a year now and my channel is growing. There are crazy people out there, so there is an option that is somebody that I don't even know. I did say I live in South Carolina. I did say I live in Myrtle Beach. At some point, I want my content to evolve around like maybe real estate, because I don't want to stop with this duplex. I want to buy more investments later on. So it would have come up at some point that I do live in Myrtle Beach, so that's why I wasn't shy on sharing that. I also entered a giveaway here on YouTube, and I noticed when they picked the winner that I was like one of the only ones that used their real name for their channel. But again, I don't want to niche down so much that I can only do one thing, and in time I want to build something up. It doesn't really have to be through YouTube, but this is my way of putting myself out there and learning and doing all that, so that's why I use my real name. So consequences come with that, and again, I feel so extremely silly to say this out loud, but it is an option. I don't want to sound self-centered talking about all this and be like, oh my god, somebody's stalking me, but this is like really creepy. I feel like this is the part of the movie where you like yell at the character like, get out, move out of there, like all of this can be avoided, you know? It's just, I don't know. Just tell me in the comments below what you think, if I need to move out or not. I like my house, I just finished it, okay? I want to stay here, so make sure to follow on Instagram to see what's happening throughout the week. You get to vote on stuff sometimes. I put polls in my stories, like the type where you vote, not the one where you bait, which I really want a poll. Okay, enough awkwardness. Hit the like button to help the YouTube algorithm, subscribe, and I will see you on Saturday. Take care. Mwah. The second option, which again, I don't know how plausible. Again, why am I always using big words? I don't know. But the second option, the one that could be... Okay, enough awkwardness. Hit the like button so... But I just didn't feel like... I wanted to start it like that so you know what you're walking yourself into. Are you walking? Are you sitting? Are you standing? What are you doing? Anyways,